Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida has failed to douse election speculation, saying he'll dissolve parliament after he's assessed various circumstances. Now, the Prime Minister was questioned about rumours of an early election when announcing a major plan to stem the country's falling birth rate. He pledged to set aside 3.5 trillion yen, or $25 billion, over 3 years for child support. The big spending policy itself fanning speculation that he could call a snap poll as early as this week. Now, Japan recorded fewer than 800,000 new births in 2022, marking the 7th consecutive year of decline and a historic low. Experts blame the country's high cost of living and lack of childcare support for the fertility crisis. According to a 2017 study, Japan's workforce is predicted to drop by 40% to about 45 million by the year 2065. That's compared to 76 million in 2015. Prime Minister Kishida has made reviving Japan's shrinking birth rates a top priority. In April, the Ministry of Health, Labour and Welfare launched the Children and Families Agency. It's the first time a cross-departmental agency has been formed to tackle a wide range of issues, from falling birth rates to child abuse and school bullying. For more, Michio Ishida joins us live. She is in Tokyo. Mitch, why is reversing the falling birth rate in Japan regarded as being politically critical for the Prime Minister?
Well, let me explain what Prime Minister Fumio Kishida said in today's news conference. He said that compared to the time of the latest baby boom period, or referring to those in their 50s today, new births have dived to below 40%. And unless this trend is revised, Japan's economy, society will shrink, and it will be difficult to maintain the social welfare system. Now, the key is whether the trend can be reversed by 2030, and he said that this is the last chance. Now, economic growth and tackling birth rate will be dealt with together. And he explained that one major problem is the low income of the young generation. He praised Japanese companies for deciding this year to raise wages. And he wants that trend to continue and for companies to invest in individuals, contribute to private investment. Now, the government will subsidize childbirth and expand allowances to children, regardless of a parent's income. Now, companies, for instance, should pay for full wages during paternity and maternity leave. And he wants fathers to share equally household duties with the mothers, as mothers face too much burden. Now, the question Japanese media has been asking is, will Mr. Kishida dissolve parliament? And that's on the back of this childcare policy. And then there's the trouble his government is facing, which is regarding the glitches of social security cards. Now, opposition parties are showing signs that they might submit a no-confidence motion against the Kishida cabinet. When Mr. Kishida was asked about the possibility, he did not deny the possibility of dissolving a diet. Now, some opposition party members are saying that Friday could be the possibility. And that's the day before Emperor Naruhito leaves for a state visit to Indonesia. And the emperor has to approve the dissolution of the diet.
Mitch, there's also the price tag for these new childcare policies to consider as well, because Japan wants to spend big to grow its population, but the new measures, they're going to weigh heavily on the country's finances as well, aren't they?
Yes, well, what Mr. Kishida said was that he will cut government expenditures. He will not seek the public to fund the childcare allowances. But according to Nomura Research Institute, it says that it's more realistic to gain the fund from the working population and companies. And another idea is to raise a sales tax so everyone will contribute. Currently, Japan's sales tax is 10%. Now, realistically speaking, Japan's budget has been rising every year. It's on the back of huge social welfare spending, with Japan's aging society moving rapidly, with about 30% over the age of 65. And defense spending is expected to be doubled. But Mr. Kishida has not been able to receive support in Parliament to fund the defense spending either. So how will he be able to cut expenditure? This will be closely watched.
Mitch, thank you for that. Michio Ishida there live for us in Tokyo.